Holy crap, my cat is fucking adorable. I came back. I've been gone from my house for like like three days. I came back and this guy was like purring and shit. I love him. Obviously, I didn't abandon him. He was being taken care of. With that being said, Prydwen's tier list. I definitely have some hot takes that not too hot takes, but some things I do want to point out that I don't like, and maybe some quality changes to Prydwen's tier list. I feel like everyone's been saying now, and something that I think no one's been saying now. Excuse me, I just burped, and I feel like people should be saying as a free to play, right? So let's not waste any time and get into it, because this might be a long video, and YouTube tells me that people only watch 30 seconds of my video, so 90% of people aren't even watching currently. So with that being said, let's get into it. I'm gonna first start with the changes that I believe should be implemented into Prydwen as a whole, right? Especially in the tier list department, right? And then I'll go into characters. I already have a gist of who I want to mention. So with that being said, let's get into it. I feel like S plus plus tier should be a thing. SS tier, Z tier, God tier, whatever you want to name it, should be a tier, because putting Acheron in the same level as these two nerds feels really disrespectful, right? And with that being said, there should be a S minus tier or a A plus tier, because QQ and Zila, they aren't on the same level as Ratio. They just aren't, right? Jing Yon, debatable, but for sure, like, Zila's about to be a year old in like what, a couple, like 2 weeks, a couple weeks from we're recording this. She is not on the same level as Ratio at all. And with Boot Hill coming in, it's like, if Boot Hill comes here and they put him on S tier or S plus, that's crazy. Because if you've seen their leaks, you've seen them, and that's a that's a respectable tier to put him in. But again, I just feel like putting him in the same level as these guys, as Zila and QQ or Acheron, is kind of disrespectful, right? Just a tad bit. I really do feel like they should have that, and like especially a plus tier, right? Because we're getting to this point that the game is becoming a year old, and we kind of need more. I mean, things need to be more specific when we're ranking characters, right? That's mainly because of newer players that are coming in, so it's kind of like targeted towards them. Because if you're a newer player that you're coming in and you're coming in hot, you're probably going to hear a Prydwen and want to look into the tier list that it's been shown, right? And I feel like some people might take Prydwen's tier list a bit too literal, which is good and bad, because obviously the S plus tiers deserve where they should be, right? I have some hot takes, but I'll keep that to myself, right? And then there's these characters that, like, you could run these characters. You could literally search up videos of people zero cycling with literally every single character in the game. It just requires an investment, a lot of investment, right? So with that being said, that's it for the current part, right? I just feel like A plus, S minus, SS, S plus plus should be a tier, because it just gives more. It gives more of a vision. It gives more. It just gives people more of an idea, on where this character truly belongs, right? Now then, with that being said, I feel like, if possible, this is just my personal take, that they should have some sort of way to indicate if the character is free to play friendly, in the sense that, yeah, this character has a lot of teams, it's not restricted to just one singular team, and it's good in etc teams, right? Like Dong Hong, I feel like he isn't too free to play friendly, because there was a reason why he was an S tier and Jing Liu was an S plus up until Sparkle came out. Kafka, I kind of feel like she isn't as free to play friendly, and you pretty much get the fucking gist, right? There's just some characters that aren't as F2P friendly unlike others. So it's just like it gives more clarity, I guess would be the word, to newer players and to returning players who are coming back from the game from a break or something, right? And you know, and who they should build, or who's, you know, friendly and who's not, right? So with that tiny rant being, you know, done, let's get into the characters and their rankings. And this is, as I said, you know, there's some things that I do want to talk about, not too much, because obviously we already know the majority of the list and why characters are in the certain tier. So we're gonna start with the DPSs of the game. I just feel like Acheron should have her own tier, right? Like, come on, she's just too good to be compared to these two chumps. they're all good. Respectfully, they're all good, but Acheron is just a monster. She clears pure fiction. She isn't even made for pure fiction. Actually, hold on, did they upgrade pure fiction? They did, and they put her in A tier. That's a disrespect. She is not an A tier. She's an S tier character in pure fiction. All right. Again, this is why they should have A plus tier, S minus tier, because I feel like she would be in that tier, because she is no normal A. All right, you can't put her in the same tier level as Blade and Serval in pure fiction. All right, or Zila. So, you know, there's my hot take on I mean, not hot take. There's my take on Acheron. Then there's S tier. Everything is good, besides, as I said previously, Zila and QQ should be put down to S minus, or, you know, for this case it would just be A tier. This is why they should have a S minus or A plus tier, right? Besides that, honestly, everything here is valid. Misha, debatable. I feel like he should be in B tier. Now then, specialist. I think here's where I was very scratching my head, right? Because if they do put a S plus tier, or a SS tier, or a Z tier, that's when I feel like Acheron, I mean not Acheron, Kafka should be put in that tier with Black Swan. Because remember, Black Swan, I mean Kafka used to be a DPS, and she used to be an S tier. The moment Black Swan released, she launched up to S plus tier. She's only in that tier because of Swan, right? So I feel like there should be some, you know, like what's the word? I'm trying to think of a word. I don't know what I know the word, but it's not, my brain isn't braining. But I feel like they should be equal in the sense that they both quite literally rely on each other. Like Kafka could still zero cycle without Black Swan, right? But it's easier and more comfortable with Swan. And, you know, not much to say about Topaz. But here is where I want to talk about, because there is no way in hell that Well is in B tier and Luca's in A plus, I mean A tier. That is just beyond disrespectful. Like, it shouldn't be a thing. Well should be an A tier. And let's say again, if they had an A plus or S minus tier, Well should be in those tiers. There's no way in hell that my boy Well is in B tier. And on top of that, they put Gwen Knife in front of him. That's just beyond me, bro. Like, do they not test every single team in the game? Because Acheron and Well, too easy, right? Well, I feel like they should also have, okay, this is just coming to me like right now, that some characters like Well could have a multi-task, you know, like can do multiple things, right? Well could be a specialist, but at the same time, he can low-key be a sustainer. It's not the optimal thing to do, but with Acheron, it high-key is, because Acheron dishes damage like fast, and Well is able to slow down the enemies for Acheron to dish out all that, right? And then on top of that, he enables Acheron to have like a Harmony character on the team, and like, I don't know, another D buffer, right? You know what, now since I'm mentioning it, Black Swan is low-key an amplifier too, because she, what's so different between Black Swan and Pella? Realistically speaking, the only thing that's different is that Black Swan is a DOT character. but she could also amplify your damage. You know, I literally, I currently have a video where she's like debuffing like crazy, and she's low-key making my Acheron pop off. Plus, she also does her own bit of damage, and by a little I mean a lot. Like she like our Arcana was sitting for like what, like 140k. That's a lot by herself. No Kafka. It's a lot. It's a lot. But anyways, back to the main point. Vote should not be in B tier. That's really disrespectful. He shouldn't be below Shui should be replaced with Woe. Like, I'm sorry, but Shui requires so much investment, which you could say the same for Woe, but I feel like at the end of the day, you're rewarded more with Woe than Shui, right? And it's just a fact. You could literally search it up. Obviously, you can zero cycle with anyone in this list, right? But I mean, come on, like it's just Woe is more what's the word? He's more consistent, right? It just feels really disrespectful that Woe is in B tier, right? And also Fire MC, I don't know why she's in the specialist category. I feel like she should be in the sustain category, but hey, I'm not making a tier list, so what do I know? And even then, I feel like she should also be in B tier. I mean, come on, like her with like Acheron, low-key, like new characters indirectly buff other characters. You don't really see that unless if it's a Harmony character. Again, this guy was not an S plus tier up until Sparkle came out. Don Kong was an S tier. Sparkle came out, he rocketed up. I'm not wrong, you know, like my points aren't wrong. Now then, amplifier, again, I just feel like if Silver Wolf is here, I feel like Pella should be an S tier, or again, this is why we should have a minus or S, I mean a plus or S minus tier. Pella would definitely suit one of those roles, and Silver Wolf too. Because I'm sorry, you can't put Silver Wolf in the same tier as Bronya and Ting Young out of everybody. Ting Young is cracked, and she will forever be cracked as long as we don't have as many characters as Acheron in the energy department, right? But without that, Ting Young will forever be cracked. She will forever be S plus or S, right? Or maybe A, or A plus, or S minus if that was in the game, right? So there's not too much to complain here or to say here. Besides Yukong, I feel like she should be in B tier, right? That's just me. And obviously, if they had a SS here, you get the gist. Ron May should be in that tier. Other than sustain, there is a couple iffy things. I don't know why these two are in the same tier, right? Excuse me, and I'm going to get into why. Ho-Ho and Luocha aren't the same. They shouldn't be compared in the same level, I guess, right, when you're playing them, because you're both completely different characters. Luocha is pure to his path, abundance only. All he does is heal, and he's SP positive. That's it. Ho-Ho gives you an attack buff and energy, so she kind of counts as an amplifier to a degree, right? But for some reason, and she has amazing heals, but for some reason she's being compared to Luocha. I feel like that's very disrespectful, and she should be an S plus. Like it's just no contest, right? It's just, come on, like she shouldn't be in this tier, right? And then Gallagher, bro, look at this guy. Gallagher's in B tier. Are you have they played Gallagher? Like, have they actually? Gallagher is easily A tier, just easily A tier. There's no reason why Gallagher should be in B tier. E6, by the way, this is all like come on, like that doesn't make any sense. Gallagher should be in in A tier. And why is Bailu not in SSS tier? Like, she is meta, she's broken. All right, easy. as Revive. Too easy, too easy. And honestly, there's not really much to say besides that. Gallagher should be an A tier. Obviously, I was joking with the Bailu. But there's not much to complain. You know, besides that, those are my hot takes. There's not much to talk about because obviously I'm not going to go over every single character because we know why they're in that tier. But there are some characters that I don't know why they're in that tier. And if you do know, please let me know because, in my opinion, well, and Gallagher, Ho-Ho, Swan, Silverwolf, and Pella, they shouldn't be in that tier. And Misha, is that how you say his name? Yeah, he could be like low B, right? Like there's no way Serval is better than Misha. There's no way. Oh my God, Herda is better than Misha. That's just crazy. That's great. That's crazy. That's crazy. How have they seen the fucking runs? Oh my God, hold on. You know I've been talking too much. Let me go get some water. H2O, my guy. But with all that being said, there isn't much to say or complain. Just some hot takes and some things that I don't agree with Prydwen's tier list because let's be honest, there's some stuff here that does not really make sense. Now then, I guess I should go over Pure Fiction. Honestly, there isn't much to say. Like I already went over Pure Fiction and I was like, okay, cool. I guess I agree with everything here. Besides, Acheron should be S plus. I mean S tier or again high A. You know, like A plus or S minus, but whatever. You know, that's about it. It's not much to say. As usual, like, comment, and subscribe. If you made it this far in the video, I really do appreciate it. Please subscribe. I'm fucking desperate.